Peace, wholeness, love, and light. I am Nudiamonds here with the 8-8 portal energy reading. I hope everyone out there is doing well. And yes, this is a well anticipated energy a lot of us have been waiting for. Okay, you may have been waiting patiently. Okay, there may have been outside things, outside distractions trying to throw you off course, but baby, guess what? We ain't letting none of that stop us as we are headed on our destination with confidence, with that inner strength, right? Tapping into that heart of a lion, right? This is the Lion's Gate energy portal, and they call it the Lion Gates energy portal because we're in the middle of Leo season. All right, happy birthday, Leos. But this is all about that gateway to the heart, the gateway to the soul, right? As that fire, that sun, that desire, what are your heart's desires? And that goes back into your soul, right? Your soul mission, being active, being in tune, and following that inner calling. Also, this is attributed to Sirius, right? As Sirius is our sun's mother, right? That's the mother star, right? And that is all about that aquatic energy, that Syrian energy, that siren energy. As Assyrians are very highly intelligent, ancient ancestors that dwelled within these earth planes, right? So they like to call them, some like to call them Atlanteans, Lemurians. They're just another, I would like to say, species of highly intelligent beings, as they dwelled in, the crystal city energy as well. They use crystal technology, and it kind of goes back into that Aquarius energy as well. And I love that because on this fixed axis, we have Leo, and directly across from Leo is that Aquarius energy, kind of like what's going on now with these portals, right? It's the 8-8 portal, and things are in divine alignment, right? And they call it the 8-8 Lionsgate portal because of this alignment with Sirius, our sun, and the earth. It puts a lot of pressure on the earth, right? So this is where we could see a lot of different weather anomalies. This is where we could see a lot of different frequencies percolating within ourselves and outside of ourselves. A lot of spark of creative ideas, innovative ideas, technology, glitches, and technology interferences, divine technology. All right. So a lot of different gifts being enhanced. Just this whole, Aquarian, aquatic, Syrian, lioness energy, just tapping in to this abundant portal. And it's all about the love of your tribe, right? That is about the tribe. That is about the collective. And it's about the water, right? So getting in tune with yourself, right? As we are made up of water, right? The earth is made up of water. They like to say as above, so below. As you go deep within the water, you begin to have this sense of no gravity. As you go deep into space, it's the sense of no gravity, right? They like to say the waters above, the waters are below, right? So it is this sense of getting this different information, uploads, downloads at this time, and being in tune with who you are at this time as well. Okay. So yeah. Also Sirius is attributed to that dog star, right? The dog days of summer, hot August nights, right? So this dog day energy is attributed to Sirius because Sirius is the dog star. Also known, people like to call it that Anubis energy, right? Going into the underworld, right? The person who checks you in, shows you around, all right, is that energy, right? Of being in tune with your shadow, being in tune with this lower nature, being in tune with this spiritual energy. Even if you can't exactly see where you're going, right? As that's the underworld. The underworld is dark. It's mysterious, darling. It's that 8, it's that scorpionic energy, right? You don't really know what to expect in the afterlife, but we have a sense of that there is some type of bliss. There's some type of judgment. There's some type of balancing that heart, right? Going back to that Leo energy, balancing your heart on these scales to see where you're headed next, right? If you get to enter in the underworld or if you got to come back and do more work. All right. So this is all about tapping into that energy as well. Also, I got this Big Dipper energy that came up with this. And as we are in the middle of summer, right? That Leo energy is in the middle of summer, and that's in the middle of the zodiac sign, the zodiac wheel, the astrology chart. And if you pay attention to an astronomy, right? And astronomy is a study of the stars, right? Astrology is a study of the signs and certain stars. Astronomy is a study of the constellation and the stars and where they're at in the physical sky, right? So if you pay attention to how the Big Dipper is each season, the Big Dipper changes and it shifts. That's where they kind of got this whole SWAT sticker, this whole different energy that transforms and shifts with each season is due to the Big Dipper, because each season the Big Dipper changes, the Big Dipper shifts, right? So when it's summer, the Big Dipper is facing down. And like I said, it gives me that aquatic Aquarian energy, right? The cup is filling up. The cup is runneth over. The cup, you're receiving information, right? With that aquatic information pouring in, whether that's from the ethers, whether that's from your ancestors, whether that's from you studying, you getting in tune, the sun, the light codes, the solar flares, right? We got a lot of different energies that are percolating, right? I'm not sure if y'all seen the Schumann resonance, but the Schumann resonance has been going off, right? We just had that 8-8 earthquake. I'm a deep dive into that a little bit later, but there's a lot of synchronicities that happen as above, so below, right? We got comets, we got spaceships, we got motherships, we got all type of things going on at this time. As like I said, this is the age of information. The age of Aquarius energy is upon us, and this is the time where we tap in. Okay, so and that is that Big Dipper energy, right? It's about that information coming in. And it's about knowing your way to guide you, right? And trusting your spirit as your spirit is guiding you. Trusting the divine, trusting source, trusting the creator, as the Big Dipper points to the North Star, right? Which is how our ancestors used to know, you know, what direction they were headed in. That's what got me into astrology in the first place. I said, I want to tap in with the way of the ancestors and how the ancestors used to navigate using the stars, right? So that's what got me into astrology, for people who didn't know. And with this whole North Star energy, you will use that to know which way is north, right? And you can use the Big Dipper to discover where that star is at as well. And also the Big Dipper is a part of the Big Bear constellation, right? So that Ursa Major and Ursa Minor constellation, which is attributed to Bear, you know, Big Mama, right? And that's the energy that we are in right now. We in this Big Mama energy as the earth is terraforming, right? We're seeing Gaia, you know, daughter earth, because I like to, you know, shout out to Sister Myra. I like to say daughter earth, right? People say Mother Earth. It's this feminine energy, you know, Mother Nature, right? But it's daughter earth because Earth isn't just the only planet, right? There's a whole solar system out there. There's a whole galaxy. We're just one of many galaxies, and it's this whole universe, right? It's an omniverse out there. So this is all about daughter earth and Big Mama, Big Bear coming in to assist its child, right? And one thing we all know, you don't play with a mother when it comes to her children, right? You don't play with Big Mama about her kids. You don't play with a lioness about her cubs. You don't play with a bear about their baby cubs, right? A mother that is nurturing and caring and loves her children is we can go from night to day. It's however you want to do it, right? We can be kind and sweet, or we can be ferocious and dangerous. Okay. And that's for anybody, for anything. All right. Shout out to the fathers out there taking care of they handle at this time. But this is really about parents and the children, the relationship with the youth, right? Your relationship with your youth, with your inner child as well, right? As I said, this is attached to Sirius, and Sirius is our son's mother, right? So this is that energy pouring down, that big mama energy enlightening us at this time and protecting us at this time, as we are most definitely in a spiritual war. So yeah, it's time, and we are those spiritual warriors. Okay. Yeah, so that's just the beginning. All right, I advise y'all to get a snack, okay? Get real comfortable as we about to tap in and tune in to a lot of information. I'm going to take my time and go through this thoroughly, and we're going to deep dive. We're deep diving today, all right, with that 8-8, as the 8 is an infinity symbol, right? It is as above, so below. What you do comes back to you, as within, so without. The infinite, the balance, right? That karma, right? Breaking through certain cycles, right? That is the shape of the 8, is this infinite loop, right? And a lot of us are breaking through old karmic cycles, old loops, old patterns, to tap into this new way of being, to tap into this upgraded sense of self, right? But how do you do that? You have to be aware, right? You have to be aware of your emotions. You have to be aware of your mind. You have to be aware of your shadow. You have to be aware of your ego. You have to be aware of what makes you happy, right? That way you don't get manipulated. You don't get tricked out your spot, right? We've been talking about this trickery energy, and we're not letting nobody harvest our energy, right? As this is going to be a high energy portal, a high energy time. This is one of the most electromagnetic times, is during this A8 portal. All right. So that's why it's best to really be in tune with yourself. And I advise, when this energy is hitting, to do a meditation, tap in with yourself, cleanse your temple, right? Cleanse your body, cleanse your mind, cleanse your heart, cleanse your flesh. Do whatever you need to do to get centered and tapped in with yourself, and then see what comes to you at this time. All right. Don't be afraid of yourself. Don't be afraid of your power, right? As that 8 is a symbol of power. It's a symbol of mystery. It's a symbol of merging and sex and this scorpionic nature, this lower nature, but also that is that phoenix rising energy as well. And how do you do that? You have to have discipline, right? You have to tap into your lower nature to tap into your higher self. What do I say? You have to go within to ascend, right? You have to go within your heart. You have to go within these deep depths, these layers of yourself, to truly know who you are and get in tune with that, get in tune with every aspect. That way you're able to rise above. That way you're able to ascend. That way you're able to upgrade at this time. Okay. Yeah, so it's also that build and destroy energy when we tap into numerology, right? Because I'm still talking about the 8, just the symbol, just the essence of the 8. It's also that shape of that divine feminine, right? She got curved, big curvy mama, right? And that is what attracts things to its essence, right? It's that divine feminine essence, the curves of the lips, the curves of the body, right? The way how a woman walks and she sways, right? The hips of a woman, right? The breasts, the roundness, the firmness, right? That is what attracts males to the female, is that curve, right? That energy, right? As the men, they have this straight line, right? It's the curves that go within, right? As we are the feminine, right? Our vaginas go in, right? So it's all about this curve, this going within and deep diving into ourselves at this time. And with that masculine energy is that straight line, right? That outward energy, but it has to be this balance, right? That is the 8, is that balance, that not going over the scale, not tipping the scale, but finding balance and finding center within your own masculine, within your own feminine, within your own light, within your own dark, within your own higher mind, within your own lower mind, within your own lower self. Because like I said, it's layers to all of it, right? I can't just be in my higher mind all the time. Sometimes I'm in my lower mind. Sometimes I'm in my lower nature, right? And that's in the deep depths of myself, right? So we have to be mindful of all of these things, as that is how you truly find balance within yourself. That's how you truly know thyself, right? You have to get in tune with every aspect of yourself, and things things don't seem such a mystery anymore. All right. So, yes, but I said this is a time to build or destroy. What are you building at this time? What are you working on at this time? Right. Or is this a time to destroy something? Right. There has to be chaos for order. Right. There has to be, some type of organization for balance, right? There has to be some type of blueprint, the foundation, right? Make sure that foundation is sturdy and set so you can build on it, right? And what are you building? How is that foundation built? And what is it built on, right? And if you're destroying something, why is it being destroyed, right? Is the foundation unsturdy? Is there something that needs to be worked on within this, right? And it's okay to go deep within yourself to reflect on certain things, right? It's okay to look back at the past to see how much you have grown, right? As we have been on this journey a while, right? Shout out to Soul Tribe, right? We've been on this journey a while, and there's a lot of things that we have learned about ourselves, learned about our spirits, learned about our flesh, learned about others, learned about the world, right? And we are still students, right? Forever a student. I'm a master student, right? And we are just forever growing and learning. As a wise man knows, he knows nothing at all, meaning that I'm always open to learning something new. Okay. I also said this is a great time of divine intervention. So there's going to be shocking things that happen. As you know, just expect the unexpected, right? There's a lot of, and then with that energy as well, also be in tune with your intuition and be discerning of certain energies. That way you don't get tricked. All right. Trick or treat. All right. And it's so many layers to this energy. Like I said, we're gonna deep dive on all of them. I'm going to every crevice, every nook, every cranny, and we deep dive in today. All right, you guys. So buckle up and get ready for a ride. All right, get ready for the ride of your life. Okay. But yeah, this is also about tapping into your power. All right. That mystical power, that spiritual power. All right. As we are master manifestors, and whatever you think you can bring into this world to manifest, if you put action behind it, that is the key to manifestation. All right. You think something, then you act upon it. Okay. And then tapping into this rebirth, right? As that scorpionic, that 8 energy, that underworld energy is about death, right? Is about destruction, is about just pain, right? Sometimes no pain, no gain, right? So it is this death for this rebirth, and sitting in that death, as sometimes we don't see the beauty in the pain, right? It's beauty in the struggle, right? You don't know why. Look, here I go. You don't know why this person broke your heart, right? But it was for you to learn a lesson. Don't let nobody pull wools over your eyes, right? Don't let nobody, that was a wolf in sheep clothing, right? Don't let nobody ever manipulate you, right? Don't let nobody ever use you, right? Don't be so naive to certain things because you've seen all the signs, you've seen all the red flags, right? So you have to go through those things. You have to go through those lessons to turn those lessons and those losses into blessings, right? So that, and that's that rebirth. That's that death from that rebirth. That's that phoenix rising from the ashes, right? To be in tune with its true self, to be in tune with its nature, right? And that is that fire, that is that purification of the heart, okay, and the mind, right? And that's where we got to find balance, right? Our heart and our mind. Oh, I feel like, oh, I'm in my feelings, right? And oh, I'm overthinking too much. Oh, this needs to be perfect, right? Breaking through these illusions of these certain things at this time so we can get back in tune with who we truly are, which is our soul, right? And that's kind of like going to the spirit from the soul, right? The soul is deep embedded in your core, right? In your core. The spirit is what animates, right? Your soul is what animates the spirit. The spirit is our personality. Oh, it's free. Oh, I want to do this. Oh, I feel like, right? But the soul is like, that's not going to sit right in my heart. I don't even feel right doing that, right? That don't agree with my soul. That shook me to my core, right? So there's a difference in finding that. That's that red and that blue, right? That fire, right? The sun, right? The sun is attributed to our heart. That's our spirit. That's what animates the cosmos, animates the personality, right? But then we have this blue essence, this blue spiritual essence, which is deep embedded in our soul, right? That blue, that's Sirius, right? As this is the sun's mother, right? And they're connected, right? As serious as that blue, it's the red, white, and blue, right? It's that twinkle, twinkle little star, right? It's that pressure that be put on a lot of us to make us into those diamonds, right? Because pressure can bust pipes or pressures can make diamonds, right? So if you tapping into your God body essence and you tapping into your higher nature, drop some diamonds in the chat, okay? As we are tapping into our true essence to truly shine at this time. And we've been put through a lot of pressure, right? Those muscles, to make them bigger, they have to be stripped. They have to be ripped. They have to be pulled. They have to be put pressure on. And it's going to be painful, right? It's going to be days you can't walk. It's going to be days you can't lift. But that means you put in a good workout. You got that good workout in, okay? You got that real good workout in. And guess what? Your muscles are getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger due to that death, that ripping, that destruction, that destroying, that ripping apart of this energy to rebuild, right? To make it stronger, that foundation, right? Okay. All right. So also this splendor, right? If we're going into the Kabbalah, right? If we're going into supreme mathematics, numerology, eight is that splendor energy. And that is that splendid, spectacular, magnificent, magic, magi, high priest, high priestess, oracle. Okay. Because we got a lot of tapped in people on the channel. All right. Like I say, shout out to Soul Tribe. We all here to enlighten one another. And it's such a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful energy to witness and to be in this time. What a time to be alive. We all incarnated at this time for a reason. And I'm just so happy that I get to connect with like minds at this time. As like I said, this journey, baby, this journey be lonely. Okay. Them first little couple years was lonely. You might have been lonely on your journey for 10 years. Okay. You might have been okay. But guess what? This is the time where you connect with like minds, where you find your tribe, where you connect with your community, right? And it feels like home. It feels very comforting, right? It's a safe space. I always say it's a safe space here. Nobody's gonna judge you, right? We might talk a little shit. We might laugh and kiki a little bit, but I'm not here to judge nobody. This is a safe place and a safe space for you to be your authentic self, right? And know who you are. That is that Aquarian energy. That is that Leo energy. I know I will have what I desire. I know I am a creative ruler. Okay. And that's that fixed axis, that fixed cross. I know, Aquarius, I will, Leo, have, Taurus, what I desire, Scorpio, and all of this energy is at play right now. So this is the best time to be tapping into your higher vibrational energy and that magi energy to manifest your heart's desire. So be very mindful of your words. Okay. Be very intentional with everything that you do. Right. Whether it's what you're speaking, whether it's what you're allowing in your energy, right? Whether what you're consuming with your ears, your mouth, your eyes, right? What you're thinking, be mindful what you're thinking and where these thoughts are coming from, right? Be mindful of it all, as these are how we set our intentions for the day. All right. And go throughout our day being mindful. Okay. All right. Let me see what else I put here in my notes. Oh, yeah. I also said eight. Eight is that right? Octagon, right? Octave, right? A higher octave. Going back to that Syrian energy, that siren energy, as when people sing, I can't sing. I wish I could, but I'm getting like Little Mermaid. Right? But that's raising octave. That do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, right? Going up, ascension, right? As we have 7 main chakras, that everybody likes to address, but it's also that 8, that soul star chakra, which connects you to higher realms, right? In the galaxy, in these different realms within yourself and outside of yourself. Okay. So that 8 is very important. And kept coming up. October kept coming up, as October is the 10th month, right? But it's October. That's one thing I never, we on this Gregorian calendar. They is stupid as hell. September, the 7th, but it's the 9th, right? November is the 11th, but isn't Nov 9, right? Deck, that's 10, but that's the 12th month, right? So like I said, be mindful of this trickery. Energy is very heavy, right? But all of this energy is corresponding to one another, right? As this is a precursor for something much, much bigger. And like I said, I'm going to break it all down. Okay. As Halloween is going to be another huge portal. I'm getting chills. It's going to be another huge portal. And I'm going to break down why, because Halloween kept popping up this entire breakdown for me. And I was wondering why, because I've been wanting to do this reading. Spirit wouldn't let me. Spirit said, wait. And once I gathered everything, I said, oh, that's why Spirit said, wait. So you have to be very patient as the divine spirit, your ancestors are bringing pieces to this puzzle so you can see the bigger picture. But we so close, we so focused that sometimes we don't see it, right? We get lost in it. We get caught up in it, right? So be patient with yourself and give yourself grace. Take advantage of opportunities, yes, but don't be impulsive as well. So find that balance, y'all. Y'all know I'll be saying, I know sometimes it don't make sense, but you have to find a balance and do what works for you and do what resonates with you, right? If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. If this is something you've been praying for, asking for, waiting for a sign, and you get multiple signs, that means it's time to act. Okay? All right. But yeah, also going back into that Phoenix rising energy, Phoenix rising, right? The rising from the ashes, right? And it's very funny because the new Avatar movie is called from the ashes, fire from the ashes, which is very, very interesting. As you know, that movie is really attributed to us, the natives, the indigenous people, for the Americas, right? But they're blue, right? It's a whole lot of different things. Like I said, it's going to be trying to distract us, right? But this is a time where we tap into our power. As the portal is open. Ooh, okay. All right, now, y'all know what time it is. Y'all start seeing me doing this. Baby, it's all right. But yeah, like I said, that Phoenix rising, right? That Phoenix rising energy is really that Christ consciousness energy, right? It's really this Kundalini energy. It's really ascension energy, right? As that snake, that coiled up serpent at the base of your spine, right? Like I said, getting in tune with that lower nature as you deep dive within yourself and letting whatever comes up and whatever pops out, and heal that and address it. And then these two serpents rise, and then the Phoenix rises, right? Which is that Kundalini energy, that Christ consciousness energy, that life force energy, that spinal fluid, that cerebral spinal fluid rising from the base of your spine, going up to hit your pineal gland, which sends out this wave of consciousness, this wave of love and light, and enlighten that pineal gland, because a pineal gland is also a crystal, right? And that is what gives that spark of life, that spark of creation, right? And that hemi-syncing the brain, right? Going back into balancing yourself and finding balance within yourself, within the mind, within the body, within the soul, within the spirit, within the flesh, within these desires, right? We have to master ourselves to get to this higher point, in time, in essence, with ourselves. Whoa. Okay. All right. As everything derives from a single cell, right? That phoenix rising, phoenixes are birds, right? A phoenix is a bird. And what came first, the chicken or the egg, right? The egg, the cell, the membrane, the nuclei, right? The atom, the atom, right? That's going back into that underworld, a tomb, right? In a coffin, right? The underworld, right? Deep diving into yourselves, right? The cellular structure, that's the blueprint, that's the foundation, your DNA structure, right? Your ancestors, right? This is getting in tune with yourself as that circle, right? That outer exterior, that heart, right? That aura, that solar system, right? It all goes back to a single cell organism, which is the soul, right? Which is the spirit. It cannot be seen, but it is felt, right? That orb, that bubble, that circle, that cycle, right? That Ouroboros, the serpent, right? The dragon. Woo. Okay. So this is us getting in tune with who we truly are, going back in tune, getting back in tune with the core of ourselves, right? And that's that egg, that's that embryo, right? The birth of creation, the spark of creation, as it takes two, right? It takes two to tango, right? The women hold the egg, but the man gives the egg the spark of life. Right, that fire, that masculine, the triangle, right? Then you have the lower, the down pointing triangle, which is that blue, the water, the feminine. You need them both to create life, right? And also is to be centered in yourself and not to be self-centered, right? As that is the ego, that is the sun, as the sun is home, right? The sun is in Leo, right? And that is its dormant, dominant place for the sun to be. Ooh, y'all gotta excuse me. It's y'all know how I get. Y'all already know that's why I love y'all. Cause I don't gotta explain too much. Okay, we in the ethers, but I'm trying to read my notes. I'm trying to stay grounded. But they ain't calling me. They call and said, Diamond, is that you? She's all right. We live. Let's go. Send her a few messages to help her get through this. Okay, she needs our help. All right, it's a collective thing. All right, so yeah, going back to that egg and that ego, right? Because it's a balance. Like I said, not being self-centered, but centering in yourself. And it's also goes back into, like I said, that soul. Spirit gave me your soul is that inner child, right? Your inner child is your soul, that core, that embryo, right? We all came here with a certain mission, a soul mission, and is embedded in the inner child, right? So that's why this Leo energy is very important, because it takes us back into ourselves, takes us back into our core, into our inner child. This would be a time of reflecting on those inner child things: happiness, sadness, greatness. What were you destined to do? You were destined for greatness. Okay, it's all about you tapping into that and manifesting that and knowing that at this time. Okay, as we will be activating great memories, right? You're going to be getting a lot of messages. There's going to be a lot of messengers at this time. So be open and aware. And these messages and messengers will come in all forms. Pay attention to the signs, the symbols, and the synchronicities, right? In everything. Everything has a message. Spirit is always speaking. Your ancestors are always speaking. The divine, the source, the creator is always speaking to you, whether it be through the wind, the sun, the clouds, the rain, the weather, the people, the animals, the insects, the bugs, the TV, the music, a person, a stranger, the way the stars is twinkling. The way the ground is rumbling, the way the volcanic lava and magma spews out, right? The way the tornado twirls and gets bigger, right? The way the hurricane comes in with force, right? The way the storm comes in, the way the storms form, the way the clouds form. It's all speaking to you. It's all speaking to us. Be open to it all. Okay? They hear y'all. The spirit team has arrived. Okay? All right. And this is another form of that Messiah, right? The messenger, the messages, the Messiah, right? The my sons, the Masons, right? Mama's son, my son, Mason, right? The memory of the mama, the mammy waters, right? This all is connected, right? The water holds the information, the water holds the knowledge, the water nourishes, right? The mother nourishes, right? The water, the mother, the W, the M, the flip, the man, the woman, right? There will be messages in the waters. Watch the waters. I've been saying this for all this year. I've been saying watch the waters. And when they say look left, we look right, right? We never react when someone is telling us to react in chaos. Here's chaos, here's chaos, here's fear, right? As they're trying to stir up this energy in the wrong manner, right? That your energy is to be cultivated for your light. You're supposed to be cultivating your own light, your own peace, your own sovereignty at this time, not feeding into their lower nature, their plan to harvest your energy, that loosh, right? They trying to drain your loosh, right? They want your mojo, okay? Don't let them get it. Keep your energy, protect your crown, protect your peace, as there will be divine messengers at this time. And y'all know that Messiah's journey, y'all know the hero's journey, the chosen one, the light worker, the shadow worker, the 144, the crystal children, the 9 ether, whatever you want to address yourself as. This journey has not, the warrior, the spiritual warrior, right? We come from the trenches. Most of us come from the trenches, just like what Yeshua, right? The prophets, most of them had to be in the dungeon, had to be in the dark to be the light, right? You had to go in solitude and alchemize this darkness to become the light. You are the light. You had to illuminate yourself, illuminated yourself to be nocturnal, to see in the dark. And then you became the light. And you're a guiding light for others now on this journey. So continue to tap into your wisdom, continue to tap into your studies, continue to be one with yourself and do the research. Gratitude. This will be a time of highly etheric energy. Okay. A lot of etheric energy, gamma radiation will be hitting this planet at this time. Okay. And that is unseen frequencies that cannot be detected by certain technology. This is infrared light. This is black light. This is spirit's giving me like nocturnal energy that we can't see, but it will be felt, and it's going to be activating DNA, and we're going to be getting a lot of downloads, crown loads, uploads, information, ideas. They're showing me like stuff in the dark, but it's being lit up by like a black light, like nocturnal things. I don't know. It's very interesting. And they're also talking about like the light spectrum and the light prism, as it's a illumination and there is illusions, right? As the light can sometimes blind people, right? And sometimes you have to go in the dark and let your eyes adjust to the dark to see in the dark. Okay. What is this? What are they showing me? Oh, they're showing me radio wave frequencies. They're showing me the light spectrum and the radio wave. What is this? Brain waves, light and light codes and sound. Wow, they're showing me like light. They're showing me some type of like Richter scale, and it's going from all of the colors. I think it's like the light prism. So they're showing me all of the colors, but they're like showing me sound and how this is like all corresponding together. They're showing me the light, and they're showing me like frequencies, and they're all on like the same accord, and they're all going higher. They're all going higher to like this purple and black, purple and black light, purple and black information that cannot be detected. And that's what's coming in right now. And they're giving me like high pitched frequency sounds and waves. So this will be a time where they're trying to talk about the trumpets being blown, and the trumpets and they are being blown physically, spiritually, in all realms. But this will be a time where you guys will hear those high pitched frequency sounds, determine what is calling you, who is calling you, what they're trying to say, because there's gonna be a way. Oh shit. I'm in the channel too deep. It's gonna be a wave of infiltration. Yeah, as soon as I said that, they're gonna try to cut off this connection with like distracting energy. It's trippy. It's really trippy what they showing me. But basically they gonna try to intercept this energy. All right. I'm gonna get more into that in a little bit because it goes very, very deep. And it's all attached to fear. So they're gonna be trying to like break this connection, break this energy with fear. Yo, this is so trippy. They all in here. I could see them. This is so I love it. So these are like ancestors, ancient ancestors. These are angels. These are benevolent entities and benevolent spirits. They're revealing themselves and their family, their star family. So this is star family. Okay. um a lot of light code activations, and it's so trippy because when I was doing my notes, as soon as I said that, they like I started writing like light codes, light language, speaking in tongues, if you will. It's all of the same energy um at this time. It's also this sense of this fifth chakra energy too, with like this, because the main color that I kept getting, okay, was Sirius, right? Y'all already know I'm hella unorthodox. Like I have all my notes and I'm gonna do it like this and everything. But like I said, when the channel messages come in and they come in. All right, hi, hello, welcome. Welcome. Okay. From green to blue. Yeah. Whoa. This is wow. It's so much going on, y'all. I love it. But it's this fifth chakra activation that's going to happen with communication, with divine communication, with ourselves and with our higher selves and with our ancestors, with source, with these angelic beings, with these angles of light, because we all have a different understanding of what this energy is, but it's all the same energy. Okay, so don't get lost in the word, don't get lost in what it's supposed to be, because that's a distraction. What the energy is what the energy is. Okay, don't get lost and so fixed in a certain program. of how it's supposed to be. All right. We're opening up your minds and opening up your hearts to receive the energy as it is, with no labels attached to it. Detach from certain names and structures and constructs to receive what it is that we're trying to give you at this time. Okay. Going from the unconscious to conscious mind, right, is this level of like transmuting and integration, and like, yeah, it's like this upload and download energy I keep getting. Whoa, y'all, my goodness. I was not expecting this. But yeah, it's like this transfiguration energy that's gonna be coming in, and it's gonna be turning a lot of people's minds on, and light codes will be activated for them to tap into this higher realm of knowledge and essence and wisdoms within themselves. Okay, a lot of you guys are already feeling this energy. I've been talking about this energy for a while now, but it's about to be amplified at this time. And it's going to start with that throat chakra. And that throat chakra is really that thymus gland, that higher heart, right? Because that higher heart and that throat chakra are that light blue color, right? And that is that hexagon. That is that that carbon energy. That is that releasing energy to tap into your power, to ascend to this etheric realm and this etheric energy. Okay. Yeah, like the black cube, that Saturn, cabal, what is that? The Merkaba energy, this star energy, that is when you balance out these two energies within yourself, hemi-syncing and your higher and your lower. That's when you ascend and go to these higher realms. Woo. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. So yeah, that's when we tap into our higher minds and go from our unconscious mind to our conscious mind, and the subconscious as well, because these are all different layers within ourselves that we need to be aware of at this time, because some people are being programmed unconsciously, when you senselessly are on electronic devices, such as certain apps. You consume things subconsciously and you aren't aware of it. Then you have certain dreams or have certain fears or have certain doubts due to what you've been consuming. So be mindful of that at this time. Okay. Then I got this. Okay, I talked about that. Thank you so much, Spirit. I'm gonna go deep into that in a second. Then I got into this: I rule the battle and I win the war energy. Okay, so that is this. Whoa, my first eye. Yeah, I'm gonna start channeling in a minute, y'all. I'm just giving y'all a warning. I'm giving y'all a warning right now. I'm gonna start channeling in a minute. It's just certain things I notice. And like I said, you got to pay attention to the patterns. When you see certain patterns, pay attention to them. Okay? That's how you know what cycle you in, what cycle you're about to enter in. Pay attention to cycles, patterns at this time. Okay? But yeah, I rule the battle and I win the war. Sheesh, they got me in and out. This is wild. Okay. And I say that because of this 5 and 8 energy, this Leo and this Scorpionic energy. Okay, as 5 is a number of change, 8 is the number of pushing through, right? So you have to change certain things to break through these karmic loops, right? And we, like I said, we've been going through this battle, this battle, this battle. Sometimes we don't always win the battle, but we win the war, right? And this has been a long spiritual war that we've been fighting for centuries, and we will be victorious this cycle. We are victorious this cycle, as there is a great sense of judgment that is being casted, right? And with judgment, there's also justice, right? Even if we don't see that here in this physical realm, they cannot elude dharma. They cannot get over their karma, right? There is always karmic justice within the spirit, within the ethers, right? That's why they've been stuck here under this firmament, under this dome for so long, because this is their true home. When a lot of you here, this isn't your true home. That's why you're able to ascend and break through certain things and have certain breakthroughs in meditation and certain things, because it's embedded in your DNA. These are your light codes being activated at this time. You're different. You always been different, because a lot of you, your spirit, your soul was sent here to fulfill a mission. Okay. And you are all victorious at this time. There's a great sense of victory. All right. As you have finished a lot of old karmic things, you broke through a lot of old karmic things. And this is the victory lap. This is a victory lap. A lot of you are questioning, why did I come down here? Why is life so hard? Why this? Why that? But this is a victory lap for you. Okay, we already won the war. Okay, wow, I'm getting a lot of messages. Okay, then I got like this Hierophant energy with the 5, right? In tarot, and this hierarchy energy. Hierarchy, key. The key is something here. But yeah, it's like this Hierophant, hierarchy, right? Energy, this higher, getting tapped in with the Most High, getting tapped in with your higher self at this time. And not being afraid of that, tapping into your strength and getting in tune with your innermost desires and letting that passion spark that fire on this mission. Okay. Wow. Y'all got to excuse me. It's so much here. It's like, I'm trying to tap into the messages. I'm getting channel messages. So yeah, this is going to be the physical and the spiritual. A huge spiritual and physical portal at this time. And a lot of us are going to be pulled in and out, in and out, in and out, because that's what keep happening. All right. But this is all part of your destiny. This is all part of the wheel turning. That wheel of fortune is turning in our favor. Okay. There will be a lot of abundance and a lot of love at this time. Okay. As there, people who haven't done the work, or people who operate from a lower nature, will be receiving their karma, while people who've been operating from a higher light will be receiving karmic retribution, as karma goes both ways. They hella funny. Karmic energy and karma energy goes both ways. So if you've been doing a lot of bad, you will receive that. If you've been doing a lot of good, you will receive that. But this is where a lot of you have been doing alchemy. A lot of you have changed and elevated to tap into this higher vibrational energy, and you paid your debt. Okay. So there's going to be a lot of payout payouts at this time. A lot of karmic payouts, a lot of abundance, a lot of spiritual gifts, a lot of attunement, a lot of ascension. And with this high vibrational energy that is coming in, there is a lot of distractions, right? There's going to be a lot of distractions on the physical realm. That's why I keep getting pulling in and out. Okay. Thank you. So stay focused and push through, continue to push through this energy at this time. Okay. And keep your first eye open. All right. Then when I finished that part, I looked at the time and it was 11:11. So this is a huge portal at this time. And I feel like Aquarius season, each fixed cross axis will be a huge portal of ascension and a huge portal of purification. Okay. So a lot of things are going to be purged and purified. And once they are released and you surrender and you let go, you go into this higher stream, this higher light, this higher level with yourself. Okay. Whew. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, I want to go back into this cube because I talked about the cube earlier, but I forgot to say this about the cube. The cube has 8 corners, like a polygon, right? And the Kundalini also makes that 8, right? So when we get into this, like I said, this releasing energy, there's a lot of different shapes, sides, facets, a lot of different corners, a lot of different angles they're going to try to hit us with. So you have to stay focused and stay grounded and know who you are to ascend past these distractions, to ascend past these things within ourselves. That's where that shadow work is going to come into big play at. And knowing who you are at this time. Okay. Okay. Also a lotus, that crown, like I said, that purple, that purple and that white, that infinite energy, the 1,000-petal lotus that's forever opening. That will be active at this time. Your crown chakras will be opened up at this time, going back to that pineal gland. As we're putting pressure on that diamond, we're putting pressure on that pineal gland, we're putting pressure on that crystal, that piezoelectric energy for that spark. And they're showing me like when the piezoelectric in the dark, it lights up. Okay, that's what's happening to our pineal glands at this time. Whew. Oh my goodness. And be mindful, like I said, of that trickster energy. As I was doing my research, I was deep diving into my books. And in older times, I believe this was like, I don't know, 1400s. The 8 in tarot was justice, was the justice card, right? And then when the Rider Waite came, he changed the 8 to strength. Okay, so this is like this is the divine flip. This is the divine intervention. Y'all, whoa. Woo! Oh my goodness. I know this gonna be. Let me ground myself. Let me try to ground myself. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be a time where we're gonna have to focus, y'all. Cause it's gonna be a lot of etheric energy. It's gonna be so much. Your ancestors gonna be so loud. Like they gonna be like Cause what's going on with me? They said talk to him, Diamond. Cause what's going on with me is I'm reading my notes. As I'm reading my notes, I'm feeling this energy come in, and then I close my eyes. Now y'all know I'm a channeler. I know I'm an oracle. Y'all know I be tapped in, so I be seeing stuff. As I'm trying to go off of my notes, I see spirit here, right? And it's not one spirit, it's a lot of spirits. It's a whole bunch of spirits. They all here, right? And they're smiling and happy. They give me a sense of our ancestors, right? So like I said, we were getting a lot of messages. We're going to be getting a lot of energy, right? As this is an open portal, right? They're right here, like they on the side of me. I could feel them. So this is a message for you guys as well. Like your ancestors are right there with you. Like you might even feel like you tripping, right? For people who not really, this is going to be a time to tap in and trust that, because your ancestors are going to make themselves known. Like you might start to see stuff out the corners of your eyes. You might start to smell certain scents. You might see orbs, sparks, things that aren't normally there, creaks. You're going to hear creaks. This is your ancestors. There's going to be a lot of things that are happening in the spiritual realm they're gonna make it known, and it's going to be seen at this time. And this is going to be even more intense during that October energy, during that Halloween energy, that scorpionic energy, as that's the underworld. We entering in their realm at this time. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to get that out, because it's like I'm going through a battle here physically right now. Right now, I'm being pulled in, and I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta read these notes. I'm forgetting stuff, but they channeling message to me. So yeah, this gonna be one of them times, y'all. But I'm focused. We gotta stay focused on the mission, because it's a mission, and I'm gonna get this message out to the people. I told y'all we was gonna be deep diving today. All right. All right. So yeah, this is gonna be the divine flip, right? A lot of people have been talking about this, the pole shifting. Like I said, that Wheel of Fortune energy, the winds are moving in the opposite direction. The El Nino winds, the water going in different places, weather anomalies, as I'm seeing the earth shift in axis, right? So it's like they're showing me the pole slowly shift. It's not going to be like a boom, everything shifts, because that's what caused chaos. That's what caused wow. They said that's what caused chaos last time. Last time we came here, we flipped the poles. So we come in discreetly now. And so that way the shift is slower, so that way you guys are able to adjust to it a little better. But we still coming in full force. Now this is okay. This is ancient ancestor energy. Some people they go by many different names. Okay, you guys. Some people, and it's not just one group. I'm getting two main groups. Okay, I'm getting Syrians, Atlanteans, Lumerians. Okay, and then I'm getting like Anunnaki, Nibiru, that Elohim, the Els. I'm getting these two group of people, these two group of beings that are here, and they're working together. No more fighting amongst ourselves. No more fighting. We're done with the war. We've come together to help, you guys. because you are our star seeds. You are us as well. I'm seeing a ship and it's a beam of light coming down, like beam me up, Scotty. Um, but it's as above, so below. So this is not only happening above, but also underneath. I'm seeing like underwater. Yeah, they got me underwater. Wow, Atlantis. Wow, this is amazing. I can't even reach it. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Y'all got to excuse me. Y'all already know how I do. I ain't got to keep apologizing. Y'all know I be tapped in. I don't care how crazy I look. Oh, well. Hi, hello. I am New Diamonds and welcome. Welcome here if you're new here. Um, but yeah, it's our star family is here for us and they're here to enlighten us, activate us, and help us. And I know y'all can hear that. All right. So yes, those were just my channel messages. I already been on an hour trying to get through this energy. How beautiful is that? This is going to be great. This is some great. Isn't this great? If you guys are enjoying this, please put whatever emoji you like down in the chat. Put your favorite emoji down in the chat. If you guys are enjoying this, thank you so much. And if you're still here, thank you so much. I'm not even halfway through. I just finished this part. I still have this and I still have this page. Okay. This page is for the full moon in Aquarius. I'll do that later because this energy, these two energies are synced. Like I said, this Aquarius energy is synced with this energy. But I'll tap into that later. Okay. So let's get, before I get into the chart, I also wanted to talk about this 8 energy. Like I said, this is the 8-8 portal, right? So with the 8-8 portal, I kept getting like this oct energy, oct, right? And I was getting aquatic animals like the octopus, all aquatic animals, right? So dolphins, whales, jellyfish, stingrays, the anglerfish, even like different aquatic animals that we don't even know that exist. Okay. That is going to be a lot of that popping up at this time. New discoveries within animal species, especially aquatic ones. Okay. And then also insects. Okay. As these are another alien life form, right? Ancient ancestor life form, because they hate being called aliens. I say this all the time. They don't like to be called that. That's a derogatory term for them. Okay. But yeah, I also got like this insect energy, right? And I say that because the octopus, it has 8 tentacles. The spider is an insect and it has 8 legs. It was one more thing. Oh, was that it? Okay, no, I think that was it. Yeah, so the octopus and the spider and the squid, as these are what some of these beings look like. They look very aquatic. They have very elongated heads, right? They have tentacles. They have hair that looks like locks, right? These Anunnaki, Nubian, because it's Nibiru, right? Nubian beings, Caribbean beings. Ooh, I love how they just did that. They said Nubian, Caribbean. Okay. Atlantean, Atlantis. I don't know if y'all checked out my Crystal City Atlantis video. I suggest that y'all do, because um I broke down a lot of different things with the Syrians and Atlanteans. Um but yeah, they're connected and we're connected. They say this because the water, right? We are the water. We need water, right? We need the water, right? Wow. So yeah, I just wanted to that insect thing. And shout out to B Dale. If y'all haven't checked out B Dale 1024, I suggest y'all tap in with him. As I had went to the park the other day. I had just dropped this video. I suggest y'all check that out. Y'all just gotta y'all okay. Y'all, if y'all here, you already know, and I love y'all. But let me get to the point, because I'm getting lost in energy, because spirit is pulling me 1,000 different ways. But this is about the insects, right? And the insects will be getting bigger and larger, and there will be unidentified species of insects that will be making themselves known, right? I'm hearing locusts like lotus, right? So there will be different insects uprooting and emerging, scarab beetles, different insects, right? If you've been watching my videos, you've been seeing me have encounters with the all different insects, right? So that's going to be happening a lot more. And also the dragonflies, going back to the dragonflies, as I gotta start recording more things, but I know that y'all trust me, right? I'm not no liar, right? Because I get certain things on camera and y'all be seeing. But this spring, when I went for a walk, I had seen a whole bunch of small insects. It was like a swarm. I've never seen nothing like this in my life, right? And then when I got closer, I noticed they were all baby dragonflies. That's when I started talking about this dragonfly energy. Okay, when I went to the park, I believe yesterday, I was at the park with my kids yesterday. It was so many dragonflies there. It was tripping me out. Like, they were everywhere, like everywhere. And they weren't small. These was not your average dragonflies. I ain't never in my life seen a dragonfly this big. They were big. They're probably about this big. And they were gold. And it was so many of them, right? And then I was like, damn, like, it's a lot of dragonflies out here. And I'm like, damn, they big as hell. Like, they're big. And I'm like, okay, like, it's just that time. Then I watched B Dale video, and he was like, yeah, you guys are going to see, what did he say? He said the oxygen was different, however, so many years ago, and everything was bigger, right? So that was the Nephilim, right? And then he was talking about the insects, and when he was like, yeah, that also made the insects bigger, and I made everything bigger. And I said, oh. And then he said, that's how you know that the firmament is being cracked open, because it's more gamma ray and more of that energy pouring in, and it made it connect. It connected a lot of dots for me, because I'm like, I've been talking about this firmament energy, right? I've been talking about the firmament being cracked open, and it is being cracked open. As there's a lot of gamma ray energy hitting the backside of Earth. All right. And it's a lot of sun energy, solar rays hitting the front side. So our Earth is being penetrated by a lot of different energy all at once right now. Okay. So yeah, I was talking about the insects. Yeah. So be mindful of the insects that you see, and birds. So it's going to be a lot of animal activity at this time. That's why we're seeing the animals act up, because they feeling these frequencies. All right. Also, like I said, the dogs, but I'll get into that later, because I got to break that down later. All right. But I just wanted to go in on the insects right now. All right. So yes, now we can tap into the astrology chart. Thank y'all so much for being here with me. I know it's a lot. and it's like all over the place, but that's how the energy is. And that's like, this is how the energy is going to be during this time. It's going to be highly spiritually charged, but it's also going to be a lot of things going on in the physical. Okay, so just be mindful of that, y'all. Oh my God. Before I even do that, hold on. Let me okay, I feel a little more grounded. I feel a little more grounded. All right, y'all. Let's get into this chart and see what are some more things that are happening within the cosmos. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all the chart. This is trippy. I can like hear waves, hear pulse waves coming in. But anyway. So just to start this energy off, we have an air trine. Okay. And an air trine is when you have a planet or an energy when in all of the air elements. Okay. So we have Pluto and the moon and Aquarius both at the 2nd degree. Okay. Then we have Uranus and Gemini at the 1st degree. And then we have Mars in Libra at the 0 degree. Okay. And I said harmony with the mind and spirit, because air represents spirit. Air represents the mind. Okay. So this should be a time of harmony with your mind and your spirit. Okay. They should be one. You should be able to hear spirit. You should be able to know if that's your ego or what aspect of your mind that you're speaking from. Okay. Like I'm up in here like, oh, I can't figure it out. But I know, right? This is me in my centered mind. When I'm getting channeled messages, I know. When I'm in my lower nature, I know. When I'm in my ego energy, I know. When I'm in my creative flow, I know, right? When I'm in my inner child, you know, you got to get in tune with your mind, as these are all different aspects of your spirit, your personality, and who you are. So this should be a time where we're more in tune with that, or it should be easier to tap into that energy. All right. So I suggest doing meditations, like how y'all just had to see me do the grounded energy, right? Nobody is excluded from this energy, right? Everybody gonna feel it. This energy isn't exclusive to only chosen ones. Everybody, everything in this realm, on this plane, in this universe will feel this energy. Okay. And I also said having a unique mind and unique conversations will help you balance your mind, and also having passions and being passionate about what you're having conversations about will help you in the future. Okay. And will also bring into manifestation of your hopes, wishes, and dreams. Okay. And values, because these are things that we value, right? And I said that because we have that alignment with that air trine. Now, I also had to double back, because not only is it a air trine here, and that's this triangle, this blue triangle that you see here, it's also a water trine, right? That I didn't see at first, and I caught, and I was like, whoa, it's a whole water trine here. And the water trine is with Cancer. So we have Cancer in Venus. We have Jupiter and Venus in Cancer. Y'all had to excuse me right here, but y'all gonna get this work. Y'all gonna learn today. All right. Then we also have Lilith in Scorpio. And then we also have the North Node in Pisces. So, because I didn't even write this down. So this is all about, this is giving ancestor energy, right? Valuing the expansion with your ancestors, valuing the growth, valuing the abundance, right? The love and the money, getting rooted with your ancestors and not being ashamed of your power, not being ashamed of tapping into your sensual side, your dark side, that underworld side, your power, right? As this is what's going to help guide you into the future. This is what your soul wants. This is part of your soul mission, right? So however you healing, however you get in tune with your true values, however you tap into your abundance, whatever is expanding in your life, right? Whether that's getting root, whether that's doing your genealogy, shout out to Top Cat, legendary Top Cat, Big Chief, right? Tap in with him if y'all want to get into your genealogy and know where y'all come from, right? As being Indians and natives, right? Or if this is getting back in tune with your spiritual essence, right? Or Moors or whatever. However you tap into getting in tune with your ancestors, find that and get rooted in that. That is going to help you expand on your spiritual mission. Right. And do not be ashamed of what that looks like. Like I said, y'all see me up here channeling. I be lost in the ethers. I come back down. I didn't drop my mic. We didn't have lights broke. Okay. I have my kid. It be all type of stuff coming on. But guess what? That's who I am. I'm not afraid to be who I am authentically. Okay. I'm gonna keep it 100, right? The truth will set you free. I'm gonna always be my authentic self. I ain't got nothing to lie. You ain't gotta lie, Craig. I ain't got nothing to lie about, right? That's why I said I thank y'all for trusting me, right? Because I don't even gotta show y'all the chart. Y'all know I'm gonna come on here with straight facts about this etheric energy, about this spiritual energy. And that's what this is about with that water. So it's going to be a great deal of information coming in with that water trine. It's going to be a great deal of cleansing and purging the mind, right? So there's going to be harmony with your spirit, harmony with your mind, harmony with your emotions, right? A lot of us may get triggered. A lot of us may be in our feelings. Kiki, do you love me? Right? Especially with that Venus in Cancer. So be mindful not to be impulsive. Think before you act. Operate from emotional intelligence. Mastering those emotions. Again, if y'all have not checked out my Master in the Shadows class, I suggest y'all do. Ooh, my battery. It said low power diamond. You got to charge yourself up, to plug yourself back up and get back in tune. Okay, y'all? Because like I said, I got y'all. I got you. Okay. So yeah, that is that water trine and that air trine. Is getting back in tune with your roots and nurturing your mind, nurturing your spirit. And having balance and fluidity with that at this time. This could be a time of, I'm getting storms. I'm seeing storms. I'm seeing hurricanes. I'm seeing the water. Okay. Water and air. Yeah, that's giving storms. And I'm seeing them like in the East Coast, like on the Gulf in the Caribbean. Okay, so be mindful of that. It may be some type of storm. I mean, it is hurricane season. Right, we about to start tapping into that energy. So be mindful, y'all. Like I said, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. And don't let none of this fear propaganda get you caught up, right? Don't let because the tricksters is out. Okay? All right. But yes. Then we also have the sun and Mercury in Leo. So that's all about focusing on how you communicate with your mind and how you communicate with yourself, how you communicate with your heart, how you communicate with others, how you communicate with your inner child, Okay. As this, a lot of things will be exposed, right? So, like I said, those wounds, trauma, love, how you don't love, how you open up to love, a lot of things will be revealed at this time. A lot of things will be coming up from the depths. All right, physically and spiritually. All right, so this could be things coming up from the ocean, from the bottom of the ocean. This could be things coming up from your subconscious mind. Be mindful of that. All right, this is a lot of confirming messages from my channel messages. That's wow. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of synchronicities and a lot of confirmation at this time too. Okay. Like I said, Jupiter and Venus in Cancer. So this is loving and valuing your expansion of your roots and the expansion of your emotions, the expansion. What the hell did I put here? That's a damn shame. I can't even read my own writing. The expansion of how you're healing, the growth in your information, and how you're nurturing yourself and how you're nurturing others. Okay. And self-love and divine unions with others. So this will be, like I told y'all, this is the season of love. All right. If you haven't checked out my channel messages of loving partners and divine unions and relationships at this time, it's going to be a lot of that. It's going to be a lot of people coming together. Like I said, soul tribe, tapping in with soul tribe, connecting with like minds. This will be a time where you find soulmates on all levels, friendships, business ships, partnerships, opportunities, right? Loving relationships, right? You could find your soulmate or your soulmate may find you, right? Unexpectedly. This is where you also get in tune with the divine, your divine self, your higher self, right? Love of the ancestors, right? Woo, getting chills. And I'm not cold at all. This is, all right. So that was confirmation on that. All right, let's get down to the next one because it's already been an hour and a half, y'all. I told y'all I was going deep, but God dang it. God dang it. I love this. Can't y'all tell I love this? I really love doing this. It'd be so much fun. Okay. But yes, then we have Uranus in Gemini, which is our unique values of the heart. And following your unique values of your heart because it will pay off. Okay. Then we have the South Node in Venus. No, excuse me. We have the South Node in Virgo. And this is breaking feet. I can't talk. I don't know what's going on, y'all. They really want me to start channeling. They don't really want me reading these notes. They really ready to hop in. It's like double dutch. But I said breaking free of the past wounds by tapping into your imagination. Okay. So that's another great way of healing yourself and healing past things is going back into those wounds and you creating it how you want to create it, using your imagination to help heal yourself. But don't get lost in an illusion. Okay. Finding a balance with that. Okay. And also lots of divine communication with that with that north node being in Pisces. Okay. All right. Then we got Saturn and Neptune and Chiron all in Aries. So this is spiritual rewards for doing the work. Oh yeah. Gifts and upgrades. Keep shining your light, star seeds and light workers and shadow workers. This is the start of greatness and the rise of the royal rulers who don't abuse their powers, and others will be exposed. Don't be ashamed of how you're healing and how you're tapping into your power. Roar, lion, roar. Row. Okay, that was a channel message that I got because I started writing in caps. Whenever I start writing in caps, those be like channel messages. Like they want to come through so bad, and I'm gonna let them through. I'm gonna unleash the dragon in a minute, but I gotta get these notes out. All right. It's also a sextile with Uranus, Saturn, and Neptune. Okay. So this is all about doing that shadow work to receive your heart's desires. Okay. And that's gonna be, like I said, if y'all already been doing this, y'all already seeing small little gifts, small little things come in, but this is gonna be a time where all of that is enhanced. Cause they both at the first degree. Okay. So this is the start of greatness, this initiation, right? A lot of us feel like we having deaths and rebirths and being initiated. It's because we're ascending and spirit is getting us ready for something much more than we could ever imagine. All right. Okay. It's also a big star in the chart. Can I turn this upside down? Okay, yeah. So y'all can see. Big old star, right? Big ass star. Also, this could be looked at as an upside down star. And you know that's that devil energy, right? That's the what's that called? Not pendulum. Pentagram. There we go. The pentagram. So it's all about how you look at things. Okay? All about your perception. But I said it was a big star. Okay? Big star energy. Okay? The rise of the stars, the rise of the royal rulers. This could be seen as good or bad. It's also a pentagon in the chart, right? In that star, right? So it's also a pentagon in the star, right? So this could be the star card and the devil. This could be you receiving great power, right? You could be breaking free from these chains by you mastering your higher and your lower, right? And in the end, as we may go through these certain battles, the divine always wins. All right. The light always wins, right? The good always wins, especially when it comes to the spiritual war and the spiritual battle. Okay. I also got war on the children. Okay. This one I just started channeling messages. So watch the star seeds with the house. Cause I got the star and then I got the pentagon, right? And I was like star seeds in the house, right? And you know, that lower vibrational energy trying to, like I said, drain the star seeds. So be mindful of that. We already know that's been a thing, but this could be you know, a high time for that. Like it's gonna be enhanced. So, you know, what they say, hide your kids, hide your wife. Or protect the kids and protect the wife, protect the men, protect what's rightfully yours, protect the tribe and protect your peace and protect your crown at all times, right? Go to war about my peace. All right. Also with that pentagon energy, I said this could be a time where pent up emotions are released. Okay, so be mindful of that. And others will rise into stardom. So this could be a time of major influencers. Okay, major things going viral. All right, so be mindful of that. And don't forget to give gratitude and give your thanks, as this is destined. This is something that's destined, right? We tapping into our destiny, and what is destined will not be denied. What is destined cannot be denied, right? It's already written. Okay. These are the rise of the star seeds, the rise of the star child, right? The golden child, right? From black sheep to golden child, right? The golden one, the chosen one. All right. This is that time where we shine. This is the time where we shine, y'all. We got to keep continuing to shine our light. Our light is needed the most at this time. Okay. Unexpected star power. I put viral, right? So we may see a lot of people going viral, a lot of things going viral at this time, a lot of things with the internet and technology. At this time, I'm also getting like viral children, internet children. Okay, as they've been getting to the bag, right? That's what inspired me to create my YouTube. I'm like, yo, if Ryan can do it at 3 years old and be a multimillionaire, a multi-billionaire by 12, why can't I? All right. So I just use that as inspiration. All right. But abundance, money, and love. Okay. A lot of angel messages will be coming through. So pay attention to them angel numbers, paying attention to the sign symbols and synchronicities at this time. I'm feeling good. That's why I'm rubbing my legs. Okay. Y'all, I know y'all hear that. It just makes me feel comforting. Also, I kept getting like, yeah, like this big mama energy, this blanket energy, feeling like a blanket's over you, just feeling really comforting, right? A comforting love, a divine love. Divine love is comforting. Real true love is blissful. It's not painful. Okay. That's how you know you done found the one, right? And give it some time. As our relationships, everything has its ups and its downs, its highs and its lows, right? But those tests is what makes that bond stronger. That lets you know who's real and who's fake. What's real, what's fake, right? We got to shake up that foundation to see if it's going to crumble or not. And even if it do crumble, who going to be there to help you rebuild it? All right? Those the loyal ones. Those are real ones. All right? Okay. So make sure you paying attention at all times. I also got like the sky energy as stars kept coming up. Stars, 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 star, right? And where are stars? We are the stars, right? That star, the sun, the solar, our hearts, right? Activation, but also stars in the sky, right? New stars in the sky may form at this time. I know I seen something about some Betelgeuse or Betelgeuse thing exploding, so we may see some stuff, more space activity, right? As above, so below, meaning that they're going to be more water activity. So be mindful of this energy and keep your first eye open, as we are being enlightened at this time. Okay. Crown loads, major downloads and uploads, breaking free of illusions, breaking free of the firmament, breaking free of the box, and opening up to divine universe, open up to the source code. Okay. I said activations and activated information, meditation, crystals. Okay. Relax to receive. All right. Then as I was looking at the chart, it started to spin. Now, like I said, y'all know I'll be tapped in. It just started spinning, and it gave me like this spinning top energy. Something getting ready to come in, like the earth spinning faster. They say the earth is rotating faster. Things are hitting up, right? Okay. Just get ready because everything is changing. Okay. And then, yeah, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Okay. So yeah, then that was it for the chart. I also did some gematria. Okay. And a lot of things came up with the gematria. I'll probably be on here another hour or so. And it was 1:38:38 when I said that. But yeah, I did the gematria for some words that kept popping up. And like I said, with whole numerology thing, it was a lot of different things that popped up. Like, okay, I think I need to get into my channel messages and then I can go into that because it's not going to make sense if I tell y'all. I got to tell y'all the channel messages first and put it all together. Yeah, so it's like having patience too. Because like I said, I keep wanting to on the prowl, on the pounce. I want to pounce on them, right? But we gotta have patience. You gotta have patience with certain things. Okay. Yeah. So we can get into my channel messages. And before I can even get into my channel messages, Spirit wouldn't let me go into my meditation. Spirit told me, watch the water, watch the animals. Then Spirit said, water animals. Excuse me. Okay, so this is going back to me breaking down all of the animals, the jellyfish, the clams, right? Oh man, Spirit. Okay, all right. Because the jellyfish, they have no brains, they have no hearts. They just go with the flow. And y'all always hear me say this: jellyfish remind me of mushrooms, right? They have that top part, and then they have like that stem, that flowing. They also remind me of like UFOs, right? As they have that top dome part, and then this like beaming, the beam of light. Then they also remind me of us, right? They have this top part and this stem, right? This head and this stem, right? So it's like we're all connected. We're all one, right? Clams and mussels, right? Going back to mussels, building those muscles, right? As clams and mussels and oysters, they have pearls inside of them. But how do they get the pearls, right? It's from the dirt that has been accumulated from inside of them that they alchemize and turn into that pearl, right? So that's a metaphor for us, right? We accumulate certain things and we have to alchemize that energy. And like I said, that pressure makes a diamond, right? Okay. Then I got mermaids, going back to the Syrian energy. Okay. Big fish energy, big whales, big sharks. Okay. Octopuses. Okay. So yeah, just paying attention to the waters. All right. Then I also got like I said, this dog energy, right? With that Anubis, this star, dog star energy. And about a week ago, I kept seeing like coyotes, like not physically, but in my meditation. I'm like, why the hell do I keep seeing coyotes? And I didn't get it until I did this meditation. Okay. And then I was like, okay, yeah, the dog star coyotes. It kind of makes sense, right? All right. So once I wrote down all of these, and then it went from sorry, y'all. Y'all know how I do. Whatever. I'm everywhere. We everywhere all at once. Anywhere, everywhere, everything all at once. All right. But then it went from the octopuses to 8 legs, right? And Scorpios and spiders. And then spiders made me think of Halloween. And then it brought it back to the 10 again. And the 10 being the 8 and the oct, right? And Halloween is on October 31st, right? And then like I said, this is why Spirit had me wait to do this, because I was like, well, something is going to happen on Halloween, right? Because I kept getting Halloween energy, Halloween energy, Halloween energy. And yesterday they was talking about that 3-eye starship, whatever thing, you know, the aliens, the alien probe, interstellar, what they say. They were saying all type of crazy stuff about it, right? But it's something coming here. And lo and behold, when I did some research on it, it's supposed to be here on Halloween. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I was like, wow, right? So then that's when I went into the gematria. And they said it was possibly hostile. So I put possibly hostile in the gematria. And it came out to 1003. That was a number, 1003. And I said, wow, if I flip the last 2 numbers, that's 1030. And what's 1030? That's the day before Halloween. That's Halloween Eve. And I was like, wow, that's pretty interesting. Then another thing that popped up is it's called 3-eye atlas. 3-eye. Now, uppercase I looks like a 1. So 31, the 31st of October is Halloween. I thought that was pretty interesting. I'm like, okay, we get some big synchronicities, right? Then another thing that popped up was a sleeper has awakened. That was just another saying on the gematria. And I was like, interesting. We're talking about all of these awakenings. They talk about the sleeper cell energy, right? Stay ready soon. You got to get ready. Event begins. That was another thing that popped up with this possibly hostile. And those numbers was 207. Okay. And then that was that for that part. Okay. And then as I was doing my meditation, it was really interesting because I was doing my meditation while the TV was on. So as the TV is playing, is certain words from the TV that are playing while I'm doing my meditation. And Chupacabra kept coming up. And I'm like, why the hell do I keep hearing Chupacabra? Also, Halloween popped up. And I'm like, what the hell? And I didn't catch it because I record whenever I'm doing certain meditations. I like to just record it and say it because it's easier for me to do versus writing it down in a meditation, writing it down in a meditation, writing it down. Right. So I recorded myself, and in the background, I could hear Chupacabra and Halloween. And I'm like, yo. And if you know anything about the Chupacabra, this was something that folklore tale, demonic blood sucker, the goat sucker, right? And I said that's hella funny because we supposed to be the goats, right? And then what would suck the goat, right? A leech, a vampire, right? This is all Halloween energy, right? So it's gonna be a big energy harvesting during Halloween. They're gonna be trying to, I don't know if it's gonna be some type of fake probe, some type of fake fear, alien invasion, but really it's our star family, right? That's just my perception of it. Y'all can have your ideas of it. All right. But then also I typed in Chupacabra on Google, and it showed me this dog that looked like Anubis. It looked like the black dog. So another thing that y'all might start seeing a lot of black dogs, right? That's how you know you in sync with this energy, because that is that dog star energy. Okay. And it was funny because I went to the park, and when I was at the park sitting down doing a reading, I seen a person come in with a white dog that looked like a wolf. She left. And then the next person that came to the park was a man with a black dog, and it would look like the exact same dog. And I was like, whoa, spirit, what do that mean? And it didn't make sense until now. All right. So certain things are going to add up to a bigger picture. So just have patience with yourself. Okay. When I typed in Chupacabra on the gematria, the black cube popped up. Okay. And then, and that's going back to my breakdown, me breaking down this black cube, Saturn's cube, the Kabbalah, carbon, melanation. That goes back to the aliens and that man talking about how he's seen 7-foot black aliens on the rings of Saturn, right? Also these black aliens that they said they seen on the dark side of the moon, right? Meaning that basically they seen melanated aliens, which sounds like ancient ancestors to me. All right, them some ancient ancestors. All right. Also, another thing was that popped up on the gematria was Angel's wife. Okay, I thought that was interesting. Then the Messiah popped up. Okay, so I forgot what I looked up for the last one. Oh, I looked up Interstellar because it kept talking about this UFO. And I was like, well, let me go put in Interstellar on the gematria. And Messiah popped up. Remember I was talking about that messenger Messiah energy. Then Katrina popped up. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And mind you, it was number 550. Okay. So Katrina popped up. And I was like, wow, because I just picked up on a big hurricane that could possibly be happening. All right. God's Bride popped up. And Galactic Realm or Galactic something popped up. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all gotta excuse me. Cause I really be like scribbling sometimes. So I gotta be more clear when I'm writing things down. But yeah, it was just a lot of different energy that was popping up on the gematria that confirmed a lot of this energy for right now. Then another reason why, because I haven't even gotten into my meditation yet. Spirit want me to say that for last. All right. But another thing that I noticed why this is going to be another big portal, right? A lot of people have been going through changes these past 3 years. There's been a revelation and things have been revealing themselves to you these past 3 years. And I say that because in 2023, that was the 7 year, right? So 777 was a huge portal. Okay. Then last year in 2024, we had the 888 portal. Okay. Now this year, this year we're going to have the 999 portal. This is going to be the closure, right? So in 2023, there was something that you started, right? To be more aware of, something that you started to work on. Last year you was in the middle of it. It was some type of enlightenment that happened with this energy. Whether it be love, whether it be money, whether it be cycles, right? This old cycle of abundance and love. And then this year, you're going to be closing that out. All right. You already done the work. You're going to be exiting out of this portal on 8/8. Okay. And there's going to be something new entering in. New love, new money, new opportunities, new abundance, new gifts that is going to be happening on this 8/8. And then 999 is going to be the completion, is going to be the birth of all of this beautiful work that you've been doing over these past 3 years. Okay. And then this is also going to spark another 3-year cycle within a 7-year cycle. It's a lot of cycles within cycles. It's like Vesica Pisces energy. All right. Where you got one cycle within another cycle and then another cycle. That's exactly what's going on. All right. We in the middle of closing a cycle and entering in a new one. Okay. So if a lot of you have been feeling all over the place, it's okay because you have been. But once this portal is closed, you will feel more complete. You will feel more whole. You will feel more stable and more secure within your power and within yourselves. Okay. All right. So I just had to run that down real quick. I'm gonna get into my meditation. And the first thing that I seen. Oh yeah. Before I even got into the messages, like I said, a lot of messages was pouring in. A lot of different things was popping up. A lot of different synchronicities. So like I said, it's going to be a highly spiritual window, especially right now. And then especially Halloween. Okay, you guys. All right. So as soon as I close my eyes for the meditation, I seen the Merkaba. Okay. Which is like the Seal of Solomon, the Soul of Man, right? The Star of David, I seen the Merkaba. And then as soon as I seen it, it was like this downward arrow face. And to me, it kind of looked like a devil's face. Or like a mask. It looked like Mora's mask. Ooh wee. I don't know why that just came up. For all of my gamers out there, whoever plays Zelda, Mora's mask, how you could put on these different masks. Ooh. And you could put on these different masks and you could be the Syrians. You could be the Gollum people. You could be, wow, you could be whatever you want to be with these masks. But be careful with masks so you can get lost into that energy as well. Okay, but yeah, it was giving me like this Moore's mask, this doomsday, dooms clock. They want to have doomsday, energy being here. But really we're being upgraded, right? So it's this trickery energy here as we are being upgraded. And then I seen this Merkaba start to spin, and it started to get hot. And then it started to release a lower vibration. Okay. Right. Because that's what that Merkaba, that carbon energy is. It's releasing, 666, 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons. That makes up the carbon molecule. And carbon is all about releasing. Carbon is all about melanin. Right? It's all about magic. It's a lot of different things, but spirit gave me releasing the lower nature, right? With that spinning Merkaba, right? As things speed up, the earth speeds up in frequency, raises its frequency. Things are getting hotter, fire, purging, right? Okay. Then as I was doing my meditation, my daughter came up and gave me a hug and gave me a kiss. So that gave me a sense of the inner child is coming in, to help release the fears of your inner child. Okay. To be courageous. Okay. Then I was still in the meditation. My daughter stayed on me the whole time, and she rarely does that, but my daughter, she's super tapped in too. So that's a whole nother story. These star seeds, if y'all know, these star seeds is something else. All right. But as I was still in my meditation, I seen like a beak open up. I seen like a mouth open up, but it was like a beak. And it made me think of like a mama bird, right? Like, you know how a mama bird feeds her children. She opens up her beak and gets the food and she feeds them, right? And it made me think of that mama bird, and it made me think of the mama bear. And it made me think of just that nourishing and that divine love from Big Mama. So it's going to be a lot of gamma ray energy, a lot of love hitting the planet, a lot of nurturing energy, a lot of ancestral energy coming in to help assist us at this time. Okay. And whatever that looks like for you. All right. You may feel like you being, like I said, covered in love, covered in divine love. Okay. Also, like I said, I got like this Phoenix energy, and I seen like a funnel. So it went from like this like beak to like it facing down, and then it looked like a funnel. Right. And then I kept getting like this devil energy. Like, so it's going to be like heavy distractions, right? Cause like I said, 666, people think of that as like, oh, this demonic energy. It's however you want to look at it. Right. And to each his own, right? But when I see 666, I think of carbon. I think of the base molecule, the base structure, right? For us, for melanin, right? That hexagon, that polygon, that forever changing polymorph, polygram, a multi-dimensional message, right? As the cube has 6 sides, right? But if you move it fast enough, it looks like a Merkaba, right? You spin the top, it spins, right? Also has 8 corners, right, for transformation. But I kept getting like this devil energy trying to distract us and trying to interfere, because this is a major portal at this time. So a lot of outside energy will try to distract you, but stay focused And y'all seen me, like I said, y'all seen me fight through this energy. Okay. That's all a part of the message. You got to stay focused. Okay. And then I seen like a stick figure, and it immediately gave me like soul of man energy, the soul energy. And then I seen lightning hit this stick figure, right? And then as soon as the lightning hit this stick figure, it gave him superpowers. He became like Superman. He started to have a cape, right? So like I said, when this gamma ray frequency comes in and ignites us, it's going to feel like an electric shock, right? It's going to come in as a shock. Unexpected events, unexpected gifts, an electric charge, right? But electricity charges up things. Like I had to plug up my phone, right? It charges things up, right? So this is our DNA being activated, our gifts being activated, these light codes, these source codes being activated at this time. So we get our superpower. So we get our gifts, clairvoyancy, prophecy, dreams, telekinesis, reading people's minds, prophetic visions, magi, fire, people who can light, fire with their hands, just all type of these different gifts and aspects that dwell within us will be activated at this time. All right. But that's going to come with a sense of purging as well. Like I said, that Kundalini energy, if y'all haven't checked out my Kundalini video, I suggest that y'all do, because it just doesn't, I get all of my powers. No pain, no gain. There's going to be a releasing and a purging that happens if you haven't done the work. Okay. All right. Then I seen a star again, and the star like had this big head. And then now this made me think of Star Family. The energy was different. The energy attached to this was different. And it made me think of Star Family, star beings, Syrians, Anunnaki, Nibiru, ancient ancestors, energies, ET, right? As soon as I was thinking ET, like I said, I had my TV running in the background, and the TV had said extraterrestrials as soon as I was thinking extraterrestrials. So it's going to be a synchronicity, and it's 2. Thank you, Spirit. Like I said, because it wasn't just 1, it was 2. It may be more, but the main, like I said, those 2 main ones was the Syrians and the Nibiruans. Okay. 2 times or 3 times. You're going to get multiple confirmation on different things at this time. Okay. So just be open and be optimistic. And like I said, so I said 2 times, it's 2:02 on the clock. All right. Inner and outer. This will be a US and a global thing. And then the animals. Okay. And then like I said, the chupacabra thing, because the chupacabra kept playing on my TV, and then I had to do some research on that. And then they was talking about how these aliens would come in and suck the blood of goats because they didn't know what the hell was going on, because it would be affecting the livestock. Right. So yeah, watch the animals. That's going to be a thing. It's going to be a lot of different unexplainable things happening. It's going to be a sense of false invaders, right? And it's going to be divine intervention. Okay. But all of this is coming in with love and affection, because as soon as I finished that, my daughter had gave me a kiss, and then she had went about her way. And I take everything that happens during the reading as a part of the message. Okay. Then I seen 2 circles, 2 auras. I can see them right now. I seen 2 auras. I seen 2 circles, and then they came together and they merged. Right. And like I said, it almost looks like boobs. It almost looks like Vesica Pisces, but it could be 2 auras. It could be 2 spirits. It could be the 2 suns. It could be a twin jet nebula. It could be anything, right? It's like when two bubbles come together, two auras come together. It really gave me a sense of two star beings, two energies coming together, right? Auras colliding, Vesica Pisces, two energies coming together, right? And then when it came together, they started to glow and they started to vibrate, right? And to me, that represented intercourse. That represented divine union, divine intercourse, divine intervention, right? Bliss, that love, right? And then it turned into two people kissing. So I could see two people kissing. I could see it right now. Right. And like I said, this could even be an aspect of yourself. You're him syncing your brain, right? You coming together with your divine masculine, your divine feminine, these two sides of yourself coming together, your higher and lower coming together, right? That is that eight, the higher and the lower. You turn it on the side, the left and the right, right? Coming together, being balanced, right? And then it gave me a sense of passion, love, and divine affection. And then it took me back to like Halloween energy. Also, that I gotta go back. The chupacabra energy was also attached to Mexico because that chupacabra dog was like a Mexican dog. So it could be, damn. I'm also getting like a storm in Mexico. Okay. But it's gonna be something animals and storms and love. All right, y'all know I be all over the place. I'm so happy. Thank y'all so much for being here with me. It was a lot of different energies that came through. I know it's all over the place, but shit, that's how life is sometimes, okay? Life is all over the place sometimes. It's not always organized. Like, and sometimes we just got to go with the flow and embrace it, and enjoy these things as they are and be open, willing, and ready for whatever the divine places in front of you. As life is like a box of chocolates. Okay. So yeah, that is my A8 energy portal reading. You guys let me know what you think down in the chat. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you guys can know when I'm dropping new videos. Also, if you guys would like to donate, my Cash App or my PayPal, my Venmo, all of that information is down in the description box below. Nudiamonds 101 for my Cash App. Or if you would like to book any readings or book any of my services or buy any of my products, all of that information is on my website, nudiamonds.net as well. And yeah, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. All right. This has been a very wow. Wow. This one of the ones. Wow. Right. But it's been beautiful and I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful I can come on here and just be my authentic self and y'all can extract the gems from the wisdom that I've acquired. And it's this beautiful divine exchange, right? You guys pour into me, I pour into y'all. Drop some diamonds, drop some gems in the chat if you like this message. And yeah, peace, wholeness, love, and light. I'm gonna close it out with the singing bowl, as I feel like this is a time where we're going to need to tap into high frequency everything. So high frequency music, high frequency food, high vibrations, high vibes and no vibes. And my tribe got the best vibes. All right. So yeah, I love y'all and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.